Mrs. Soludos visits priest welfare home in Oka. Israeli strikes kill more people in Gaza. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Ojukwu Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyekachukwu Bezimu has called on communities across the state to embrace peace at all times for uninterrupted development and progress of the state. Deputy Governor Bezimu made the call in a meeting with Indimbauhu, his townsmen, in his quest to ensure sustainable peace and development in the area and the state at large. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports.
The meeting, which took place at Mbuku Civic Center in Oka South local government area, had youths and men of the community from the 5 villages that make up Mbuku in attendance. The meeting was majorly for Deputy Governor Bezim to enlighten the people on the reason he cancelled Mbuku's town union election on the 29th of December when crisis was about to erupt at the election scene. Dr. Bezim, who regretted the rate at which people vie for post of President General of communities in the recent past, as if their lives depends on it, reminded them that the position is majorly for peace and progress of communities and as such should not be seen as do or die affairs. The Deputy Governor explained that the cancellation of the election on the 19th of December last year was not targeted against anybody, but was aimed at ensuring that due process is followed and that peace reigns in the community after the election, even as he reminded Ndimbuhu of the need to prioritize peace and progress of the community over material or selfish gains. He assured people of the state that development that they witnessed last year across the state is little to compare to what the Professor Ojukwu Soludo-led administration has in stock for the state this year, 2024. Dr. Ibezim solicited for the support of Anambra to the present administration, saying that with that, all the lofty vision and plans of Governor Soludo will be made manifest.
Can you capitalize on if you could a banket? With all sincerity and good purpose in my heart, as my what I want for this town is peace. And go no Mana
Some members of Mbuku community who spoke to the ABS shortly after the meeting, including Chief Ekene Onyebuchi, Professor Charles Ezagba, and Mr. Ndobisi Nwokike, appreciated the Deputy Governor on his efforts towards ensuring that sustainable peace reigns in the community, encouraging fellow Ndimbuku to let brotherly love lead at all times.
I lay the new foundation for Mbauku, a new foundation that Mbauku will grow. And I in our come since. Thank God for giving us a brother will understand the meaning of peace. Today, can the whole community united? Yes, we need a new Mbauku, a prosperous Mbauku.
From Mbuku in Oka South local government area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
Wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has visited Catholic priests living in the priest welfare home, Oka. The visit was part of a charity tour to children and welfare homes in Anambra State. We have details.
Speaking at the home, Mrs. Soludo stated her belief that everyone deserves the love of the season, noting that the visit was to check on the welfare and living conditions of the priest. She promised to maintain the visitation schedule for the home and praised the management for keeping the place in order and healthy for the residents. Earlier, the manager of the home, Reverend Father Emmanuel Udu, disclosed that Mrs. Soludo is the first governor's wife in history to have visited the home, and commended her for always thinking about how to reach out to those in need. One of the priests in the home, Reverend Father Simon Amateze, talked about the importance of charity and the blessings that come from the acts of kindness, stressing that by living out kindness, Mrs. Soludo has earned for herself a lifetime blessing from God. The priest later prayed for the governor's wife, her family, and the state at large. Items presented to the home included bags of rice, beans, tubers of yam, and cash. The national chairman of APGA, Barrister Sylvester Ezokenwa, his wife, Mrs. Amara Ezokenwa, his transition committee chairman of Idemili South, Mrs. Amaka Obi, joined in the visit.
The member representing Oyi constituency in Anambra State House of Assembly, Honourable Innocent Ojukwu, has distributed over 5,000 bags of rice and cash to Oyi women to enable them celebrate Christmas. The women from all the communities in Oyi Council area converged at the country home of the lawmaker at Odumodu village, Umunya, to receive the food items. We have the pictures.
Presenting the items, Sir Innocent explained that the aim of the exercise was to ensure every household in his constituency has something to eat during the Christmas. According to the lawmaker, Christmas celebration is a season of love, adding that he cannot afford to enjoy Christmas while families in his constituency go without food. He said he wanted to use the opportunity to appreciate the women of Oyi for supporting him, assuring that he will continue to provide Oyi people with the dividends of democracy, promising not to disappoint them. Apart from collecting a bag of rice, every aged woman was accompanied home with a sum of 5,000 naira, while others were given 2,000 naira, courtesy of Honourable Sir Innocent.
This period is a season of love. It's very, very good, very, very important to put smile on someone's face. You know, because rice today, I'm under it's a matter of fact. You know, that God bless you, that God bless you. You know, it will do a lot of things in my life. So we're here.
One of the beneficiaries, Mrs. Uju Achonye, said that God will continue to bless and prosper Honourable Ojukwu in his political career for ameliorating the sufferings of people over the years. In their separate reactions, Mrs. Rose Nwankwo and Mary Olie recalled that the lawmaker saved so many lives during COVID-19 pandemic by providing palliative that sustains so many people, assuring the lawmaker that he will continue to receive the support of Oyi people because of his humanitarian disposition. In their reaction, Mrs. Nkechi Obiade commended Sir Innocent for identifying with Oyi women by providing them with bags of rice this hard time, describing him as a blessing to the people of the area.
A rich cultural heritage of Ojukwu was on display when Chief Pius Pokafo of Ire village was admitted into the prestigious Ojukwu title of the community. The ceremony, which had Ojukwu title holders of Ojukwu community in attendance, was presided over by Ozoanene Okonkwo, who led the title-taking process. Kenechukwu Chukwude reports is taken from here.
The Grandmaster of Korea.
Ojukwu Okonkwo, in his speech during the ceremony, explained that Ojukwu is the apex title in the community, taken by responsible, honest, and diligent people who would become custodians of culture and traditions without compromising. Speaking after completing the Ojukwu title rites, which includes wearing of arclets, handing over Ngu Ojukwu, wearing of red cap with 2 feathers, amongst other regalia. Ojukwu Okafor, with the title name Ezenwa, noted that it is a great privilege to take the coveted title to keep traditions alive, promising to remain truthful and honest as expected of him.
The most important thing is your integrity. honesty and transparency. So that is the motivating factor for taking this, for initiating us into our society. Our language is so important because without the language, there is no culture. So our mission is to promote our traditional culture.
A son of the celebrant, Mr. Emeka Okafor, expressed delight for being back home to be part of the festivities, especially the title ceremony of his father. And Ozoka title holder, Chief Onwuka Mba, noted that it is fulfilling to be initiated into the Ozo society, gives the holder the responsibility of keeping the culture of Ndi Igbo alive, wishing Ozompu Okafor well in his new elevation. Another Ozo title, Chief Chinedu Ikanya from Enugu and Chief Paul Ifediba said taking the Ozo title demands integrity, character and wealth.
It takes a lot of integrity, a lot of wealth and lots of character, and it's one of the most esteemed society in our Igbo land. And I mean, I'm honored to be here to support my friend who has decided to take that title.
Also speaking, Chief Patrick Aguna pointed that such ceremonies help in bringing back the Igbo cultural heritage.
Even once our culture be felt to men and I have actually which is that culture back to before. So now it's what all people will I appreciate
The event also featured decoration of Ozompu Okafor's wife, Mrs. Nwanneka Okafor, Uvie dance, masquerade display, women group dance and performances, amongst others.
The Omu Ambassador Social Club has been inaugurated. The ceremony attracted members of the new club, stakeholders and dignitaries from all walks of life. Paul Ezeoke reports.
Omu Ambassador Social Club was formed by indigenes of Omu community with collective interest to accelerate development in the town. Inaugurating the club, one of the patrons, Dr. Fred Okoli, commended members of the club for their unity of purpose and spirit of responsibility to provide a platform for the common good of the town. Dr. Okoli urged the club members to further expand its objectives, aims and targets to accommodate scholarship programs for indigent pupils and students, as well as empowerment of widows and other less privileged members of the society.
To see how far they can help some of our less privileged, intelligent people to pursue their academics, scholarship. And you can see they are few in numbers, but I know that they will keep on growing.
Also speaking, another patron and ABGA chairman, Orumba North, Mr. Sero Nwobu, thanked the club for finding them worthy to be patrons and enjoined them to always put interest of the town above every other consideration and assist government in community development.
You see, the essence of this club is to help the government in developing the community, especially for my particular. This PPP is something that will help the government to achieve more. The government cannot do everything alone. It needs private partnership.
Earlier, the chairman of the club, Chief Moses Nwokoro, said the club, which is less than 6 months old, has already laid strong foundation towards achieving its vision and has been registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission to secure legal framework to carry out its activities. Chief Nwokoro said members are encouraged to invest and support physical and human capital development to be properly equipped to promote community development in order to fill gaps identified in uplifting the life of the people.
We found out so many people in Omu, and we feel that as a young people and as men that have vision and have their town at heart, we choose to use this platform to elevate a lot of people, widows, and so many things that government cannot do.
In their separate remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Dr. Obiwanne Adibe, and vice chairman of the club, Mr. Ojukwu Okeke, said the club is well repositioned to project the community to the outside world. The ceremony featured presentation of certificates and decoration of members and patrons. From Ufuma in Orumba North Council area, I am Paul Ezeoke, ABS News.
More than 14 people have been killed and a number of others injured in the Gaza attack. Numbers and the Israel bombing of the house belonging to Salah family west of Khan Yunis amid Lebanese border clashes. Hezbollah leader Nasrallah said his fighters are not after or afraid of war, but avoid any declaration that his forces will escalate after the killing of Sal al-Yuri. Over 21,313 people have been killed and at least 57,296 wounded in Israeli attack in Gaza since October 7th. Meanwhile, a French court has given Algeria footballer player Mr. Youssef Attal an 8 months suspension prison sentence for a post he shared on social media about the war in Gaza. The criminal court said that a video Mr. Al posted on social media in October provoked hatred on the grounds of religion. It also ordered the footballer who plays for the league on one term nights to pay a fine of €45,000. In sports, Obinikpa Football Club has emerged victorious against Ajango Football Club at the Amawala Community Football Tournament for the 2023-2024 season and won a cash prize of ₦500,000. The tournament played at Holy Ghost Academy pitch, Amawala in Oruba North local government area, was organized by Amawala Development Union Diaspora Branch. Emmanuel Chibata report is taken from our studio.
The game showcased skills, fierce competition, and intense moments that kept spectators on the edge of their seats. The excitement unfolded during the first half when Obinikpa secured an early lead with the first goal, only to face a swift counter from Ajango just minutes before halftime. The intensity escalated in the second half as Ajango managed to score, but Obinikpa responded in kind. The match ended in a 2-2 draw, leading to penalty shootout. Obinikpa's prowess in the shootout ultimately secured them the win, marking a memorable triumph in the trailing tournament. In an interview, the captain of Obinikpa Football Club, Mr. Chisom Okoli, who was visibly elated by the victory, thanked Amawala Development Union Diaspora Branch for developing young talents to the tournament.
It wasn't easy, but God made it so. Because at the time, when we are losing 2-1, my players, they think our hope is lost. But I told them to calm down because